MV3 Traders Futures Trade Radio is brought to you by The Ultimate Trader's Guide, your one-stop shop for the most valuable income-producing information on the internet. Go to ultimatetradersguide.net to learn more. Link in the description below. All right, how we doing? Hope everybody had a good week. Been a pretty interesting week. Alright. Sounds and everything is coming through good. Let me go ahead and focus. Not a whole lot to really point out this morning, just kind of didn't have a big response off of, or they didn't use, the economic stuff to really do much of anything. So it's a little bit of selling. Only interesting thing is NQ is trading completely different than the other indices. It looks like it may be trying to join the party now, where it went inside of its bear zone and had some selling, where ES pretty much just hovered inside of its neutral zone. We just stayed sideways for the whole session. And then RTY and YM, they were trading bullish. So we're getting some retracement off of what we saw from NQ overnight. Coming back into the VWAP, we got the VWAP as the first point to where we can expect some sort of a response. Looks like we got a little bit of front run for that. Let me go ahead and lock in, and I'm gonna get a little silent now so I can focus, make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Technically don't have a rotation yet. A1 below us, and some automation below us as well. Those automation points are kind of congregated above 140 or around 140. Inventory response off of A1. Got a bit of a range bound action going on here. A little bit of a battle. see if we break above 152, and if we do, some continuation would be expected. But then we got VWAP at 160. There's the break. That was just took a little pit stop before we made it all the way to VWAP. I'm holding a bullish bias right now. Negotiating right there, right below VWAP. So finally got the break. Still trading like this is there's low participation. Extremely thin market. I'm calling it low participation, but it's becoming the norm. So I think I can officially call this a rotation. Yep. Off of that 170 break. Nice little momentum response there. Now NQ is picking up some energy. I did take one that was a kind of a contradiction to my bias, because I don't like to. If I have a bias, I don't usually like to have a bias, but I don't. A lot of times that bias you can be, the way that emotions are played in this environment, that bias can be used purposely against the trader who falls into that trap. So I just like to just follow. Stick to the strategy, whatever the strategy says. make sure that stays at the forefront, because I have risk management to protect me in case the strategy, you know, that reading is or that analysis is wrong in that situation. So they got some more momentum. Nice little quick supply response. Took us right back to inventory. That inventory didn't hold up at all. I mean, they did drop it. Actually seen this kind of structure of this price action before earlier this week. They're running the same code. It doesn't mean I have to play it out exactly the same. Another lift of this supply. See if we get follow through, or do we come back inside the shop? Now that shop should be done. Making our way to the session high. Front run is expected. Also got PR +1 in that area. Bit of a, yeah, there we go. There's the supply response. Just giving us a quick supply response. Right there at 216. Took us right to the edge of the high before the quote-unquote front run. Setting it up to paint the picture for a break. There's the break. NQ is joining the party. We're looking to see if we hold it into these new highs, or where do we go from here? About 15 minutes before B period. So now we confirmed that we had nothing more, that overnight action was nothing more than some inventory collection. Makes sense since, NQ is relatively, thinly traded. But we need to get some more inventory before to prepare for whatever the plan was for the day. I spent the overnight session doing that. Got the last little bit off of retail sales. We'll pay ourselves right at the open. Try to hit quota right at the open. We can just go through our business for the rest of the day. Just a wholesale perspective. Pretty slow pause there right at 220. Picked up some quick inventory at 220. Mechanical supply response at 330. way back to that 320 inventory. Nice inventory response off of A1. Giving us some quick responses. Still reading this as low participation. With the exception of that last little push there. The way that the picture has been painted with NQ, it would lead many people to expect some retracement. This would be called extended from a 3-minute and from really any perspective that you look at, outside of maybe anything lower than, any perspective. From a any time-based perspective. We haven't really had any retracement since NQ decided to break VWAP. It's just a picture that has been painted. We get a nice supply response there. 244. Main inventory for this shop. About 234. A1 sitting right above 232. A little bit of negotiating going on here. supply was dropped down to 240 off of that. Looking to see if that 234, 234 inventory holds up here. Got about 5 minutes before the B period. It'll be my B force break. Took a couple of scalps in that little box there. And some quick supply responses where I wasn't able to get that much out of it. They're holding that inventory pretty well there, but should be building some liquidity. Actually, we will have liquidity on both sides by the way that this has been trading. Many would read this as we got a seller up there above 240. Just trying to push this thing lower. Now we're going to run those stops. I say it like that because that is one narrative. But at the end of the day, wholesale doesn't really care. They just got the orders unless they are dealing with a specific customer. Other than that, they're just running the orders and trying to achieve their objective of making money like everybody else. What it is, bro. One minute before B period. A couple times this week I witnessed that. There we go. As I said, there it is. That B force volatility comes in before the actual transition. Now we got that volatility spike 30 seconds before B period. Now it's going crazy. Technically, the rotation point is no longer in play, so we got 220 is our main inventory right now, as of right now. We're below automation, below A1. That'll give me a rotation at 200. The excitement has calmed down. A1 is at that 320, the 236 area. Broken through A1, back above it. Hit the session high, at the session high at 251. Let's see if we get a break. Got a little bit of front run action. Catching that supply at 250. There was some quick inventory at 244 that broke down. Now we're going to grab that inventory off of A1. That 240 area. Many would read this as a double top. There's the break. Our inventory responses for the next push has been quick. I would say based off of how this has been trading in some of the experience that I had with ES. The opportunities are coming like ES. You just got to be quick about it. Take us back to that 240 inventory. See if we get another response there. That little move right there will confirm we got to look above, and then we broke back inside that range. That we also confirms the double top. Selling would be expected. It's by the way that most are thought to read structure, aka price action. Still breaking down. Had a quick inventory response there at 330. That's or 230. That broke down immediately. That main previous high, coming back to that overnight session high in that 216 area. Back inside that overnight range. And then given anything to really counter rotation off of yet. The responses have been quick. Are the inventories, the quick inventory responses haven't been holding up. Another inventory response there off of PR plus one that broke down immediately. And here's the retracement that the masses would have been looking for. They're giving it to you. Definitely hit the wrong button there. It gave us an area to look for a rotation at 170. Took us right to the 170 and make that our inventory. So they are maintaining the pattern that I have been witnessing over the last few weeks, I would say. It did take us, so peaked below VWAP. Now we came right back above VWAP. Got some automation up there above 184. Let's see if that did hasn't quite broken the rotation count as of yet. That move right there did barely broke the reset the rotation count. We're like the halfway point from that supply run that we got at the open. Couple waves higher. Some new highs, higher highs, and some higher lows. Going back inside of this automation zone. Nice little volatile Friday. May have to close out today's session for a red day. Didn't get any good clean setups and, took a couple small losses. What I hear people call it the A+ setup. I don't know why that's funny to me. Back inside that automation zone, we'll be picking up some inventory that's turned into our inventory. Let's see if we have another quick inventory response. Getting towards the end of my trading window. to see if this inventory and this automation zone breaks down. But we got supply right above it. Should break down off of that. Technically that one did. Brought inventory back down to 180-ish. And at the clutch, I was able to catch one decent one from that inventory to back to supply, which brought me back into the green. Right? That wasn't the goal to get in the green. I just, if I saw another opportunity to take a play, I would take it. And that took me right to the end of my trading window. So I'm gonna call it a day in terms of me trading. Again, I frame it that way, as what I don't want to do is trade my P&L. And what I mean by that is make trading decisions based off of what my P&L says. Something that, you know, I'm definitely not perfect with that. That happens from time to time. I do end up holding a position where I would, you know, could possibly, well, I do have a signal to maybe take a quick loss or a small loss. That actually happened either yesterday or the day before. It might have been yesterday, where you got traded into a position and, you know, it broke down a little bit and it brought me back to a point where I could have taken a quick loss. But there was several things that happened, and it's inside of, you know, my journal, my live journal, inside the Journal Plus, I think, which more details will come about that, but, you know, later at a later date. But saying all this to say that I don't want to try to constantly remind myself to not trade what's based off of, make trading decisions based off of where my P&L is, either for the current position that I'm in or where it is for the day, and just stay consistent and disciplined to the plan and the strategy. And now in hindsight, I can see that that trade that I took was, hindsight capital says that was a good decision to stick to the strategy there and stick to the plan in that situation. Because when I didn't realize that I was back into the green after I closed the position. Like, and to be in all transparency, while I was holding the position, I did have the thought to check my P&L, but I ignored it. And I just, okay, no, am I supposed to get out here or not? And then I saw that I was in supply, and it made sense to get out right there at supply with the supply responses, right? Versus holding it. So I got out at supply, and then once I closed the position based off of the strategy, based off the plan, then I looked over and then I saw that that brought me back into the green for the day. And now we're completely flushing, going on a strong inventory run, taking the elevator into that inventory. And I would definitely say this is a rotation short. But we also do have that overnight inventory below us, and then where we started at the open, that should form as some sort of, or should serve as some sort of, you know, place of interest for wholesale and buyers, and also, well, shorts that are looking to close their positions. It's not the word I was looking for, but which would, you know, require a buy action. So technically they would be buyers in that situation as well. So with all that being said, I appreciate everybody for coming through. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down before I'm triggering into another action that I'm not supposed to be taking. Hope everybody have a good rest of your day, good rest of your session, a good weekend. And until next time, trade it easy.